Hello Dave is ad-free thanks to all you guys supporting the channel on Patreon. All income from donations and Patreon are used directly to upgrade cameras, light, microphones, software, things that allow me to produce more and better looking videos for you guys. All Patreons also get a discount at the merch store, and you have the option to get your name listed at the end of every video. So become a Patreon by following the link in the video description. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Hello Dave with Down to Earth Astronomy. It's Monday, so that of course means we're going to have a look at what has been going on in Elite and what's been going on the channel. First of all, of course, in the past week, Frontier introduced some changes to the low temperature diamond mining, especially for subsurface deposits. This type of mining was significantly buffed during the fleet carrier update, but some of that buff has now been rolled back. It's just been slightly less efficient than compared to what it was before. I did make an initial video about it where I got pretty appalling results, and then later on made a post on the community tab on YouTube stating that, okay, now I actually got results that was not as good as before, but more in line with what I would have expected from what was stated in the patch note. And there was a lot of talk back and forth between like, oh, why did you post in a video initially if you didn't do enough testing? And it's always like there are some people who prefer to get information early, and there are some people who, of course, want the information when it's like fully tested and all the statistics is done and all that stuff. So try to accommodate for both. I often would put out initial results and then later do the deep analysis, because there's always, I mean, when a new patch comes out, and I kid you not, it is not an hour after a new patch is live, and people begin sending messages asking, how is this? How does it work? How does this? Is this more effective than this and this and that? There's no way I'm gonna have a chance. I've barely managed to log into the game before I begin to get people asking me about money making methods and what is this and does this still work? Is this still there? So that's why I try to get both information out early, and then later on down the road we can do the detailed analysis once I've had some time to dive into it. This is also why you haven't seen my Corvette build yet, because I try not to do revisions to my builds once they're out. Those I prefer to properly test. This is why that build is not out yet, because it is still being tested. There's some things I want to change about it, and I might even go away from the Corvette completely, because it does have a significant downside that we can work around, but I don't know. So that's why stuff like that take a lot of time. But anyway, what they have changed was specifically for low temperature diamond. It seems now less like the overlap has less of an effect on the chance of getting a low temperature diamond in a subsurface deposit, and also or the way that has been done by having it drop off more sharply as you move away from the center. So now you get a bigger benefit from being at the center, not compared to what we had before the patch, but it drops off sharply, so you should probably go closer to the center of a hotspot than we did before. Now, what that exactly means, I so far have had some pretty good luck at the center of hotspots, but again, final result for this is going to be eventually posted when I get some more time to test it and I can make my recommendation for it. But one thing is sure, it definitely seemed like subsurface mining is a little bit more random than it was before. It's not as consistent, so it's little closer resembles what you get with core mining, where you can have some days where you just lucky and just hit core after core after core, and other days you just fly for 20 minutes and you don't see a single core with the right material. It can be a little hit and miss. That's at least the results that I have so far in terms of this patch, but it's definitely still a very, very profitable way to mine, and I will go as far as say that I'm pretty sure you can make more money per hour doing subsurface mining than just straight up laser mining if you do it right and if you do it the right ship and the right location. But again, more of that is to come when I had some time to look into it properly. In other news, last week, I think on Saturday, I posted my 2-year review of the X56 Hotas, which has been my Hotas setup for the last 2 years. It was recently replaced by a setup from Virtual sitting right next to me here. After that, I've lost count of how many messages, comments on YouTube videos, emails, Discord, everywhere people has reached out and asked if they can buy my old Hotas. At first it was really puzzling, like why are people so hyped for a worn down Hotas where like half the plastic has been rubbed off the handle on the throttle, and there's part of the handrest missing. And at first, like, why are people so hyped for it? And before you go down and ask, no, it's not up for sale. I'm not selling the Hotas. I didn't get it until someone mentioned that these things are just out of stock everywhere. And I went up and looked it up, and in fact, yeah, the X56 is just, at least tried all the shops in Denmark, at least didn't look in too many shops internationally, but it's out of stock everywhere. Even the X52 Pro, out of stock. I did manage to find a few normal X52s here and there, but in general, there seems to be a huge shortage of Hotases at the moment. I haven't done like any looking into what's happening with all the Thrustmaster stuff, if that's in stock, or if it's a general Hotas thing, or if it's just like computer equipment is low on stock at the moment because, well, everybody's spending a lot more time at home, so they upgrading their gear, or I don't know what's going on. But at the very least, I found it really odd that there was such a huge demand for a used X56 that has visible signs of use. That leads me on to live streams tomorrow. Well, which is not going to be tomorrow because it's going to be used to Wednesday, because tomorrow there's a Danish, it's not actually a holiday because we still go to work that day, but it's like a celebration thing where we celebrate that it is the longest day of the year. I actually don't know if this is like an international thing. I think it's just a Danish thing where we make like a huge bonfire and then people meet up somewhere and look at the bonfire. When I talk huge, I mean like 2 stories high bonfire. It's always all the small cities compete who can have the biggest bonfire. That's happening. That is tomorrow, so therefore I will be postponing the live stream until Wednesday. And on Wednesday, I think I want to go out and I want to do something that's not related to fleet carriers or mining. This has been everything I've been spending my time on in-game has been testing mining and playing around with the fleet carriers, remaking videos about fleet carriers. So I want to go and do something else, and I'm gonna pick up the Sniper Hornet build that you might remember from some weeks back now, a few live streams back. A sniper version of a Diamondback Scout, actually. A pretty fun little build. I haven't flight tested it yet. I've been really eager to go out and just, can I do a quick test off camera? But nope, I've been keeping that thing stored up in the hangar because I wanted to do the first flights test on a live stream, at the very least live, and I was considering actually making a video on it just so I could get it out and try it out and just record it and put it in the hard drive somewhere so I could always make a video of it later. But eventually I did decide to keep it and do it during a live stream. So that's what will be happening on Wednesday. We'll take out that build, take it on this maiden voyage and see how it performs, talk about what changes will most likely have to be made if we're going to scrap the build altogether. So that's going to happen on Wednesday, and I hope I'll see you there. As always, it will be live streamed on YouTube, on Twitch, and it will be at 7 o'clock in-game time, and I really hope I will see you guys there. But that's going to be it for this week. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give a like, subscribe, and until next time, I will see you guys in space.